The last thing that we have to talk about today is Descartes' rule of sign. He's a mathematician. So the rule of sign says the number of positive real zeros of f is either the number of sign changes or less than those typos, less than that number by an even number. And the number of negative real zeros is either equal to the number of sign changes of f of negative x or less than that by an even number. Okay, these are actually just easier to do. I don't know if you did these in Algebra 2 or not. So we want to determine the possible number of positive and negative real zeros of this thing, f of x equals that. Okay, so if you want to know the number of positive real zeros, so positive real zeros, we need to look at f of x. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to count the number of sign changes, the number of times it changes from negative to positive or positive to negative. So we start with a negative, and then it changes to a positive, so there's one change. And then it goes from positive to negative, there's two changes, and then negative to positive. That's three changes. Okay, does that make sense? Negative to positive, positive to negative, negative to positive. So there were three sign changes. So there might be three positive real zeros. But remember it said, or, what did it say? Less than that by an even number. So you have to take this number, and if you can, you're going to subtract 2, which we can. Okay, so there's either three positive real zeros to this function, or there's only one. We're not sure which. Okay, now if we want to know the number of negative real zeros, we need to look at f of negative x. So let's do that quick. F of negative x, you need to plug in negative x into here. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. It needs to be on the outside. Cube plus 5 negative x squared minus negative x plus 8. Okay, so we get, let's see, that's going to be positive 2x cubed. Negative x squared is still x squared, so plus 5x squared plus x plus 8. And now we want to look at the number of times it changes signs. So right here we start with a positive 2 and we want to count how many times does it change? Well, positive, 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 positive. There are no sign changes. So the number of negative real zeros is 0. Okay, and we can't subtract 2 from that because remember it said or less than that by an even number. Well, you can't subtract 2 from that because it's already 0. So what we know about this function is that it has no negative real zeros. It might have 3 positive real zeros or it might just have 1. So this is a cubic function. So what this is telling us is it might come down like this and cross 3 times on the positive side, or it might, I don't know, come down like this and only cross once on the positive side. But there are no negative real zeros. And to verify, I just sketched those myself. So to verify, you can just go to Desmos, plug it in, and see what's actually the case. I don't know because I didn't do that yet, but try it out for yourself and see what happens.